Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. So today I'm going to be doing a first impression / review / try on of the new Maybelline eyeshadow palette. So this is the Lemonade Craze, and this is now available on Ulta if you guys are interested in checking this out. But I wanted to test this out because it did look pretty interesting to me. The colors in here are really pretty. So I definitely wanted to give this a try with you guys. So if you have been thinking about getting this, hopefully this video helps whether or not, you make a decision on getting this palette or not. So I'm not going to spend too much time on this intro. We're going to go ahead and jump into the swatches. I'm also going to be doing a makeup tutorial with this palette. And I'm just going to go ahead and warn you guys that I was struggling in this video, you guys, when I was doing the tutorial. So when you guys see me do the tutorial with some of these shadows, you're gonna be like, what are you doing? But it's okay because we made it work. But yeah, like I said, I don't want to spend too much time on this intro, so we're gonna go ahead and get straight to the point. We're gonna do the swatches, we're gonna do the tutorial, and then when I get done with all of that, I'm gonna come back and let you guys know my final thoughts on this palette. So if you're interested in seeing swatches and hearing my thoughts on this new Maybelline eyeshadow palette, then let's go ahead and jump right in. All right, you guys, so this is what the palette looks like. You have 12 matte and shimmer shades in here. So you have 8 mattes and 4 shimmer shades in here. So we're gonna go ahead and swatch them on my arm and hand so you guys can see how they look swatched. And I also want to see, if the formula is any good, if they change the formula. But it does have like a subtle lemon scent. It's not too overbearing, but you can smell it. So the first one we're gonna swatch is Sweet Tea, this one right here. And ooh, whoa, I'm pretty sure you guys can't see that, but when I dip my finger in it feels silky, like very silky. So I'm gonna start right here first. This is Sweet, whoa, that is pigmented. That's Sweet Tea. Whoo, that is freaking pigmented. It feels like silk. I had to dip my hand in it again. It feels literally like silk. Obviously they are powder shadows, but it literally felt like silk when I put my finger in it. So the next one I'm going to swatch is the shade Main Squeeze, which is right up under Sweet Tea. This is supposed to be a shimmer shade right here, and whoa, this is so soft, but when I put my finger in it, it is super duper patchy. But let's see how it's swatched on the hand. Yeah, so this one is very patchy. It's really pretty though. It definitely is chunky. So let me swatch a little bit more and see how it looks. It's actually really pretty, but it is a chunky shimmer shadow, but that is still really pretty. All right, next we're gonna go into this one right here called Sugar Coated, and this is also another shimmer color. Whoa, that is pretty. Again, that is in the shade Sugar Coated, and I want to dip my finger in it one more time and just get another layer on there so you guys can see it more. But just by swatching it one time, there you can see that there is some pigmentation there, but there it is with another swatch on top. Ooh, that is so freaking pretty. Okay, next we have the shade Coral Punch, which is right under Sugar Coated. So let me swatch it right here. Ooh, whoa, that one is definitely patchy. Let me swatch it again. Yeah, so this one is very patchy, and there's a lot of kick up with that, but that one is again in the shade Coral Punch. All right, this next shade is what I was most excited about, which is this yellow right here. I think this shade really makes the palette, this one and this really pretty coral pink. So these two shades, honestly, I think really made the palette. But it's in the shade Lemonade Craze. So let me see what this feels like. Ooh, it is super pigmented, but I noticed this is also really patchy just by swatching it on the finger. But let me see how it looks when I swatch it on the arm. Yeah, that is very patchy. I know it's really how these shadows perform on the eyes with the brush, but a lot of you want to see swatches, so I will go ahead and swatch all these shades for you. But yeah, that yellow is very patchy, but it's still really pretty. So next we have the shade Sunnies, which is right up under the yellow. This is a really light vanilla shade. This right here. Woo! It is a lot of kick up with these mattes. There is Sunny's right there. Now we're gonna go into this row right here. The first shade I wanna swatch is Old Fashioned, which is really pretty dark chocolate brown. Y'all know I love a dark brown shadow, so I already know this is gonna be a good shadow for the crease. So let's see what it looks like. You probably won't even be able to see it on my skin. Yeah, you definitely cannot see that. But I'll, you know, just for the video, I'll swatch it right here so you guys can see it. There it is right there. Next we have the next shade that I am super excited about, which is Ice Pop, this pretty coral shade right here. But that is actually a pretty color. That's pretty. All right, next we have the shade Strawberry Lemonade, and this is gonna be another shimmer shade. Whoa, that is freaking pretty and pigmented. Yes. Then we have the shade Berry Ice, and this is a really soft pastel pink right here at the bottom. This one is actually hard to come up on the finger. Whoa, that's crazy. I'm actually running out of room, but let's swatch it right there. That one is definitely patchy. I'll do another layer just so you guys can see it more. But this one is definitely patchy. Some of the mattes in here are super duper patchy, but there's that shade. And then the last two shades, which are right here. This first one is called Citrus, and this is a really pretty gold shimmer. And ooh, that is like a rose gold. I thought it was gonna be like a true gold, but that is freaking pretty. Let me swatch it. I actually want to swatch it right here. Ooh, y'all, that is gorgeous. And then this last shade is a matte, so let's go ahead and swatch it. So far I'm really liking the shimmer shades more, but this is Sorbet or Sherbet. It's very patchy. Let me swatch it again. I don't know, do you guys say sherbet or sorbet? All right, guys, now that I have swatched all of these shades on the arm, so far I am really liking the shimmer shades more than the mattes. That very first matte shade that I swatched, I actually like it more than any other ones, except for this one right here. So these two mattes right here are my favorite, these right here. But, oh, and the pink too. That's pretty too. But these shimmer shades, except for the second one that I swatched, this one is actually more glittery than the other ones. It does have bigger chunks of glitter in it, but the other ones are like, they went on very, very smooth, and as you can see, it is freaking gorgeous. Like, the reflection is bomb. So I'm gonna go ahead and try out a look with this palette. I don't even know what I'm gonna do, but I do want to play with the yellow, the pink, and I also want to play with the brown to kind of smoke out the eye. And I do want to play with the rose gold. I don't even know, but we're going to go ahead and create some type of look with this palette. So where my brush is at. So I'm going to take my Sigma E40 brush. This is one of my favorite brushes from Sigma. And I'm going to take the shade Sweet Tea. This is that very first shade that we swatched on the hand. And I'm going to place this in the crease. Whoa. Definitely a lot of kick up when I tap my brush in there, but let's see how it applies. All right, I can't really see it, so this will be a good shade to just set the entire lid. Yeah, so we're gonna do that. Y'all, this is a lot of kick up. Just watch. It's a lot. Next, I want to pick up the shade Lemonade Craze, and that is this light coral shade right here. And I'm still using that same brush, and I'm going to dust this in the crease and see if it shows up, which it doesn't really show up, but let's see. Yeah, it doesn't really show up much. Definitely way too light. Like, way too light. But I'm going to do the same thing on this side simply because I make one mistake on one side, I want to do the same mistake on the other side. All right, now going into Strawberry Lemonade, which is that dark pink coral shade right here. Still using that same brush because this brush is bomb. And we're going to dust this into the crease. Y'all, this palette is super duper powdery when I'm dipping my brush in it. Like, very powdery, but see how these shadows perform on the eyes. But so far they do blend out really nicely, very easily. They're not as bright as I thought they would be on the eyes, but I probably should have just primed my eyes with like a concealer just so the colors could show up more bright. Ooh, I should have did that. Oh well, we're gonna keep going. Now I will say I have dipped this brush in this palette at least 5 times on this eye, and now I'm still dipping it for this eye. Like, the color is buildable, but I feel like I'm having to dip my brush in there too much just to build that color up, but it is blending out really nicely. All right, I'm gonna take a little bit of concealer because I feel like this is not gonna work without using a concealer when I'm using that yellow. So I'm gonna take a little bit of concealer and just place it right here because this is where I want to use the yellow. And place it on the inner corner of the eye and drag it up towards the center of the lid. Now I'm gonna go in with my eye shading brush by Sigma. This is the E55, and dip into the yellow and place this where I put the concealer. Now I'm gonna go into this chocolate shade right here in the shade Old Fashioned and take my Sigma small tapered blending brush. This is the E45, and just place this above the crease right here. All right, this is definitely not working. Like, I don't like how this is coming out. It's not working for me. Hold on. Let me figure something out. Hold on. I'm gonna take a little bit of setting powder. This is the Black Radiance Translucent Setting Powder, and go over where it's patchy on the lids because it just kind of needs to set. And then put a little bit more of that yellow shadow on top because it is super patchy right in this area. This looks like a freaking disaster. This is not working out for me. No. Yeah, so we're gonna scratch this yellow. I'm not even gonna work with this anymore. I'm going to try something else. So is this brush clean? I hope so. I'm just gonna go over the yellow with the shade Sugar Coated. This is that really pretty copper shimmer shade, and just try to fix it because it's not working out for me right now. Not at all. So I'm gonna go into this dark chocolate shade to smoke out everything. Just put this on the outer part of the eye, and of course it's not showing up. This is not. Usually I could work with a dark chocolate shadow, but it's not even showing up, like, at all. All right, since I have to do something with the eyes, I'm just going to take my Too Faced Stardust palette and just take the black out of this. Like, you can never go wrong with black. So I'm gonna dip this brush into the black and just smoke out this look to bring it all together because it's just not working out for me. But I will take this rose gold, which I really like, and just put this on the center to at least make, you know, make everything pop. Okay, that's all I needed. That is all I needed for this look. Like, this made it pop. This looks good. All right, that doesn't look too bad. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put my lashes on, my mascara, blend out my bottom lash line, and I'll be back. All right, you guys, so we are finally done with this tutorial. Y'all saw that I was struggling bad, but we made it work. This look that I came up with, I'm actually really impressed with. And I'll make sure to have all of my other makeup deets down below in the description if you're wondering, you know, what else I have on my face. But this video is all about this palette. Now, this is available right now on Ulta. I think I've already said that, but if you are interested in picking this up, you can purchase it on Ulta.com. It does retail for $13.99, which I don't think that's too bad of a price. It is $13.99 at Ulta, but you guys know, like, when stuff like this comes to Walmart, it's way cheaper. So this may be cheaper once it, you know, hits the shelves at Walmart. I don't know, I may be wrong, but usually drugstore products like this, they are a little bit cheaper in Walmart. I know the Milani palettes were way cheaper. They're like $30 online, but in Walmart they're $14. So yeah, I don't know for sure, but yeah, this is currently $13.99 at Ulta.com. Now, as far as the performance of these shadows, I was not super impressed with how they applied on the eyes. As you guys saw when I was applying that very first shade, which was this really pretty coral shade, I had to dip my brush in there so many times to build that color up. Now they do blend out really, really nicely on the eyes. It's just that I had to dip my brush in there so many times, and the shadows in here are very, very powdery. Like there is a lot of fallout, especially with the mattes. The shimmer shades in here, especially this first, I think it was the first shimmer shade that I swatched, but this one is very, very glittery. The other ones in here are not as glittery as this one right here. They're very smooth as far as the other shimmer shades, very, you know, smooth, creamy, pigmented. But this first shimmer shade that I swatched, I was not too pleased with it. And some of the shades did not perform well on the eyes, which you guys saw, especially this brown color. Like I was not impressed with this. Let me just say, the City Mini palette by Makeup Shayla, this also has a brown in here, and it is phenomenal. If I can open it up, but this is what my palette looks like. Like I have been through this, but this brown in here is phenomenal. I'm gonna have to go ahead and get another one because it is bomb. It's very, very, very pigmented. It shows up well on the eyes. Usually when I use like a dark chocolate brown, it shows up, but when you guys saw that I was using this, like nothing came out on the eyes. I could not see anything, so was not impressed with that. I really had high hopes with the brown because, you know, I never really have any trouble with using dark brown eyeshadows because they show up. I could use it as a smoky eye look if I don't want the eye to look too smoky. So yeah. So I was not impressed with that. So yeah, I definitely had high hopes with this palette. It was not really, I don't know, it just didn't really wow me as I thought it would. The shades are pretty. I think they did an okay job with it. There's a lot of repeat shades in this palette. I mean, there are tons of other palettes that I have in my collection that have these same shades in it. This yellow shade, it looks very similar to the yellow that's in my Sephora Pro Warms palette. Even this pink shade right here, like this coral, like the dark shades, the yellow, the coral, the brown, even the shimmer shades look very similar to the colors that are in my Sephora Pro Warms palette. But yeah, I just feel like I have so many other palettes with very similar shades in here, and these don't perform as well as some of my other shadows. So I'm not too impressed with this palette. Like I said, I had high hopes for it, but it's just how the shadows performed on the eyes with the brush. Some of the swatches look very, very good, but once you start applying, you know, an eyeshadow on the eyes with an eyeshadow brush, that is when you know if that palette is good or not. So yeah, not too impressed. It was okay. It wasn't too bad, but then again, it wasn't, you know, all of that. So would I recommend this? I would definitely recommend this palette to those of you who, of course, love makeup and you want to try, you know, something different from Maybelline and to see, you know, just to see if it works for you or not. But would I recommend this to, you know, anybody that is a beginner? Definitely not, because these shadows, especially the mattes in here, they are very, very, very chalky. They have a lot of fallout, and you have to dip your brush in there so many times to get that color to build up on the eyes. So yeah, I think that's pretty much all I have to say about this palette. Like I said, you can purchase it online right now at ultabeauty.com if you guys are interested in purchasing it. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here. Make sure you guys thumbs it up if you did enjoy it, and also let me know if you guys are interested in checking out this palette. Let me know if you think it's worth it. Let me know your thoughts. I would love to know, you know, just what you guys think about it. So let's go ahead and chit chat down below in the comments. I hope it was helpful for those of you who are kind of thinking about getting the palette and, you know, you're kind of on the fence. But yeah, I think that is everything I have. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you thumbs it up if you did enjoy it. Make sure you are subscribed if you're not subscribed already, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.